Hey everybody! Welcome to the Jayda InStitches show. We are still feeling spring and we wanted to make another in our cute little simple scrap flower series. So today we're going to do a little rosebud. This is really simple. This is a great craft for the kids. You can make up the crochet yourself and then have them do the rest if you want. Or you can use these on just about anything. These also make cute little embellishments. They're cute on the top of gifts. They make nice little bits and pieces stuck on flowers or backpacks or hats or pretty much anything you can think of. And if you want to add this cute little leaf to it, we have a leaf tutorial pattern already up on YouTube, and I will link that in the comment box down below. But today we're going to make this super cute little rosebud out of scrap cotton. So grab your cotton, grab your hooks, and let's go to the craft table and make some little rosebuds. The rosebud. I've made this simple little rosebud using a very small amount of crochet cotton yarn. So this is 4-ply worsted weight cotton crafter yarn. Say that 10 times fast. And if you want to make a little leaf to go with it, you can check out the leaf tutorial that we've made a while ago, and I will post that link in the description box down below. There's also a version of this leaf made in our flower headband tutorial. I'll also post that link down below, because if you'd rather have rosebuds along your flower headband, you can do those now too. So the little rosebud is very, very simple, and it's done a bit differently than some of the other flowers that we've done. So you need your scissors, your yarn needle, a 4.25 millimeter hook, and once you've got those items, we'll get started. Alright, in order to make our rosebud, we are going to start with a slip knot and a row of chains. So nice and simple. Slip knot is you make a loop, take your hook from front to back, grab the working string and pull both ends until it rests against your hook. You can make a slip knot any way you're comfortable. I also have a tutorial on how to do that. I can post that in the description box below as well. All right, to begin our rosebud, we are going to chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and you know what? 17. We're going to put 17 chains in there. So 17 chains, because we're going to actually use 2 as a turning chain this time, not 1. So a length of 17 chains, and we are going to skip the first 2 chains because we're going to use the half double crochet stitch. And a half double crochet stitch is you wrap your yarn around your hook, skip 2 chains, put your hook into the 3rd chain, wrap your yarn around your hook, pull up a loop so that you've got boop, 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 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, wrap your yarn around your hook, and pull it back through all 3 of those loops. That is a half double crochet. You're going to half double crochet into the next 6 chains as well. So there's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You now have a total of 7 half double crochets and a chain 2 at the end. That's it for half double crochet. For the rest of this little foundation chain, we are going to single crochet. So single crochet into the next chain and in the rest of the chains down the line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once you've reached the end, you should have something that looks like this. It's a little bit wider from the middle to the end and a little bit skinnier from the middle to the top. That's it. Now you're going to cut yourself a nice long thread, or a long tail, and fasten off. So pull that long tail back through that loop on your hook. Give it a nice tight tug. From here, you're going to want to weave in your short tail, just so it's not in your way and it's not dangling around, because we are going to complete the rosebud right from this point on. So you pull up your little short tail, weave it into a handful of those, and if you've got anything left over, just trim it off. Now, take your yarn needle, thread up your yarn needle with the tail of your what's going to be a rosebud, and you're going to start to twist. So you take the end where your tail is and turn it in really tightly. Do about a full turn in so that you've got a little tiny, it's like you're rolling a rug. You've turned in the first little roll, and then run your needle through all of the stitches. So this end of it and the top end where you started. Give that a nice little tight stitch. Then you're going to give it a half turn more and do the same thing. Pick up some of the outside of your length here and pick up a stitch on the bottom. Give that a nice little tug. Then you're going to give it another half turn and do the same thing. Pick up a stitch, maybe two down there, because you don't want it to unravel on you. And then you're going to continue to twist and stitch. And the more you have stitches, the more you might want to just run your needle through the bottom a few times, just to make sure you're not missing anything as you go. And another little turn. And some more stitches. I'm just trying to get my needle in anywhere it'll go. And I'm not too worried about how neat and tidy the bottom looks, because that's not going to be seen once I have it stitched down onto something. And once you get around to the end, you're just going to decide where you want that last little bit of a rosebud turn to be, and then just stitch up those last few bottom stitches. And before we knot off, I'm just going to open it up a little bit. Find the center. There we go. There. That totally looks like a rosebud. Give it a little knot off on the bottom. And the reason I didn't cut my tails is because I'm not sure yet whether I want to use my crochet thread or my crochet yarn to actually sew my little rosebuds onto something, or whether if I end up using them on a project, I'll just use regular needle and thread. But I'm going to leave that tail just in case I want to use it down the road, because you can always sort of weave it in and snip it off later. But there you go. That is a rosebud. Super simple and absolutely adorable. And in whole groups, they absolutely look like a bunch of little rosebuds. Oh, they're so cute. Add a couple of leaves. Voila! Remember, you can leave your strings on in case you want to end up sewing them to something afterwards, or you can snip your string off a bit short, weave in the tail, and then use a regular needle and thread if you're going to sew it onto something. But that is a simple cotton little rosebud. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already checked out our Etsy shop, I invite you to do so. The link is in the description box below. We have lots of fun little unique patterns on there and some written versions of the patterns we put up on YouTube in the past. And it's a real help to us when you support us, because it helps keep us going here at the Jayda InStitches show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you again really soon. Bye!